What's going on, Bears fans? Come back at you another edition of Bear Down Forever. So I'm gonna run through this mock draft. This one is no trade. So I was, just trying to get this thing taken care of and done. So let's get right to it. With my first pick, I took Tyree Wilson, edge rusher out of Texas Tech, 6'6". He's 271 pounds. He didn't run a 40 because he's dealing with an injury, and it's highly unlikely that he'll be there at number 9. But he does fit the needs that what the Bears have, and he was there. So I actually took him in this mock draft. Now, he is exactly what the Bears need because he actually has 3-tech flexibility as well as being the edge rusher. He has league size with a massive wingspan, which he uses to control tight ends at the point of attack. He wrecks the run game. He cuts through the gaps and into the pocket. He possesses traits to grab early control of the pass blocker. And again, like I said, it's not likely that he will be here, but we really don't know the true nature of his injury and what's going to happen when the draft starts because all the teams have information that we don't have. So if he does fall to the Bears, it's a possibility that, well, they will probably definitely consider taking him because, he is an amazing player. So next pick, round 2, pick 53, I selected John Michael Schmitz, center out of the University of Minnesota, 6'3". He weighs 301 pounds. His arm length is 32 5/8. He did 26 reps on the bench press. He makes all the calls up front. He has lateral quickness to reach blocks on the outside zone, which is very good because we all know that's the defense that the offense that the Bears run. So he's already familiar. So the familiarity with him is impeccable because those type of things really come in handy. And he catches defenders on the edge with firm outside hand plays. He plays with outstanding teamwork inside his scheme, and he's very consistent as a block finisher. He's a very intelligent player, which is definitely helps play because he plays center. And we need to have great protection for QB1. We got to make sure through it all that Justin Fields is upright and able to make plays. I do definitely believe he's going to make more plays with his arm this season, but he's a playmaker, so he's got to make plays with his legs. That's just one of them things that's just always going to happen. Next selection, round 2, pick 61. I picked Derek Hall, edge rusher out of Auburn. He's 6'3", weighs 254 pounds. He ran a 4.55 40, excuse me. And he has tremendous character, which the Bears preach. They preach that a lot. And that's what makes me think that if Carter is available, that they won't take him because it's the character issue. Well, not so much the character issue, but they also preach guys that love football. The way he showed up out of shape at his pro day doesn't scream that he loves football. Now, granted, he was dealing with a lot, but I just wanted to throw that in there because his talent is undeniable. It's undeniable how talented the guy is, but that is something that they definitely will take into consideration. So he possesses NFL caliber aggression and toughness. He has length and power for instant press and separation at impact. He is explosive off the line to create an early pass rush, to rush and scramble with the quarterback. And when I know these first 3 picks, I took 2 edge rushers, and Wilson does have the flexibility to go inside. But the Bears, they really may need to get more pass rushing Getting the defenders may be more of a pressing need than getting offensive line, because the way it stands right now, the offensive line, I know everybody doesn't have their place per se, but they're just really looking for a tackle. But on the defensive line, they're looking for a 3 technique and 2 ends. I know they signed a few players, but those are pretty much rotational pieces. So, yeah. My next pick number 64 in the second round. In round 3, I took Blake Freeland, offensive tackle out of BYU. Now, this guy's huge. He's 6'8". He's 302 pounds. His arms are on the shorter side for his size at 33 7/8. He ran a 4.98 40, which is flying for a guy of his size. And he's an effort-based run blocker. He plays decent. He plays with decent technique and protection, and does a nice job battling through adversity. He was a team captain for 4 years. He's a team captain. He was a 4-year starter, and he has the frame to definitely add more weight. I mean, he's huge. When he gets behind early, he has the agility to mirror and match movement in space. He's definitely not a finished product, and he would definitely have to do some improvements once he gets to the NFL. And again, I didn't do any trades in this draft, but he was the best player available, and he filled the need. And I knew that I wanted to get some offensive linemen who fit the Bears scheme, and he was sitting there, so I just definitely took him. And with him getting in there and being coached up and showing how to be a pro, especially in the Bears system, I think he could turn into exactly the type of player that they need. Next pick number 103 in round 4, I selected Jaquelin Roy, defensive tackle from LSU, 6'3", 305 pounds. He did 30 reps on the bench press, which is extremely impressive. He got nationwide attention, being the fact that he was a top 100 recruit, but he decided to stay home and play at LSU. He plays a high snap count, especially for an interior defensive lineman. His first step and hands are quick. He gains instant arm extension with powerful punch. He's always looking in the backfield for the football. He gives effort that is nonstop. I mean, this guy has a motor. He just does not quit. So getting him, you'll get a player who's very persistent, and he could definitely become a quality starter. He may need he may be a rotational player when he first gets to the NFL, but he has potential and the upside. And I believe that the way Ryan Poles like to build his teams, that he'll definitely have a nice supporting cast around him to make his transition to the NFL easier. With my next pick number 133 in round 4, I selected Corey Trice Jr., cornerback out of Purdue. He's 6'3", weighs 206 pounds. He ran a 4.47 40. He did 17 reps on the bench press, which is very good for a cornerback. He has a rare combination of size and length for a corner. He slides his feet to eliminate the receiver's leverage from off man. He has a size advantage to squeeze receivers near the boundary. He's able to jar and shed blocks fairly easily. And I know the Bears will probably add a couple of corners, maybe in the draft. They may sign an undrafted free agent or two. And they may even sign a free agent that's on the market and available right now. But we all know that Poles is not done. He is going to make some more moves. He did the same thing last season after the draft, and even in the training camp, he made some moves. So I do want to see what's going to happen because the Bears do have some good young corners on their team right now, but I know that this is a position that they think very highly of, and especially with the contract expiring of Jalen Johnson. He's coming into a contract year. We're going to see what type of moves they want to make, because I know Jalen Johnson has talked about a contract extension, and Ryan Poles said that they plan on doing extensions as the months come up and everything leading into training camp. So we'll see if he's one of the guys that they're looking into. Next pick number 136 in round 5, I selected Dante Stills, defensive tackle out of West Virginia. He's 6'3.5", weighs 286 pounds. He ran a 4.85 40. He did 20 reps on the bench press. He played 12 games his sophomore season and earned all Big 12 honors with 25 tackles, 11.5 for loss, with 7 sacks. He then earned honorable mention all Big 12 and Big 12 accolades in 2020 with 35 tackles, 10.5 for loss, with 2 sacks and 10 starts. In 2021, he had first team all Big 12 status by leading the squad in tackles with 15 tackles for loss, 7 sacks, and 12 in 12 starts, and 36 tackles, 1 interception. He has played up and down the defensive line, and he can get skinny and disrupt gaps with his quickness off the snap, makes him harder to reach for those zone blockers. He may not have all the tools you need right now as a true 3 technique, but he definitely has the makings of what can be a true 3 technique in this game. Next pick number 148 in round 5, I took Luke Shoemaker, tight end out of Michigan. 6'5" tight end, weighs 251 pounds. He ran a 4.63 40. He gets off the ball and into his routes with adequate quickness. He's able to catch throws that are very low to the ground, and he's a very good run blocker, which is great because, as we all know, the Bears need to make sure they have good protection up front. But when he gets to the NFL, I wanted to get more tight ends because the Bears do have 2 tight ends, and I know that they normally run with 3, and especially with the fact that the 2 tight ends that they have on their team, Tanyan signed a 1-year deal, and Cole Kmet is in a contract year. So I would love to see them, and I believe that they're going to do it too because there's a lot of good young tight ends in this draft. It's quite a few of them. So I definitely believe that the Bears will add a tight end in this draft. I don't know if they're going to add him early. It's going to depend on the way the board falls and everything. So this way that they can have going into the season, they'll know they have a guy under contract, beyond this season. So that's be one less thing that they have to worry about. So we're going to see what they decide to do. Now, my next pick number 218 in the 7th round, I took Evan Hall, running back out of Northwestern. He's 5'10". He weighs 209 pounds. He ran a 4.47 40. He did 21 reps on the bench press. He's a muscular runner. He posted 55 catches for 546 yards. He can take on defenders and keep his balance. He has a lot of energy. He runs good routes out of the slot. He has really good hands, and he can make tacklers miss now and again. And I'm not doing a one-to-one comparison, but he does break a lot of tackles. And when I saw him run, now, mind you, this is my opinion, and the way I saw it, this is what I said and how I felt about it. It reminded me of David Montgomery. He's not exactly like David Montgomery, but he has the potential, and he does break a lot of tackles like a David Montgomery. So that's the only comparison that I'm making. So I don't want, somebody to say, you said he was just like David Montgomery. No, he breaks a lot of tackles. He's a very hard runner like Montgomery. So he reminds me of Montgomery in that aspect. So now with my next and final pick, number 258 in the 7th round, I selected offensive tackle Jake Witt out of Northern Michigan, another big offensive lineman, 6'7", weighing 302 pounds. He's extremely fast. He ran the 40 in 4.89, which is flying. I mean, this guy is big. He ran 4.89 as an offensive lineman. That's really fast. 22 reps on the bench press. Yeah, he's an athletic freak. He's raw. He's gonna need some time to develop in the NFL. You bring him in, he could be a swing tackle, You could try and get him a lot of reps in the preseason, and you could have him on special teams. And I mean, in the seventh round, I think he's a good pick. He doesn't have to come in worried about start. He can come in and just try and learn the system. And who knows? He could be a diamond in the rough. I'm not saying he is. He could be. But the guy definitely has a whole lot of potential. And I definitely want to see the Bears get really good football players on this team. If them having a lot of good players on the team is definitely a good thing. And I would love to see that happen because I've been a Bear fan my whole life, and I look forward to seeing them not just be good, I want to see them be great. So I'm just going to run through these picks again. So number 9, I took Tyree Wilson. Number 53, John Michael Schmitz out of Minnesota. Number 61, I took Derek Hall, edge rusher out of Auburn. Number 64, I took Blake Freeland, offensive tackle out of BYU. Number 103, I took Jaquelin Roy, defensive tackle out of LSU. Number 133, I took Corey Trice Jr., cornerback out of Purdue. Number 136, I took Dante Stills, defensive tackle out of West Virginia. Pick number 148, I took Luke Shoemaker, tight end out of Michigan. Pick number 218, Evan Hall out of Northwestern. And pick number 258, I took Jake Witt, offensive tackle out of Northern Michigan. Now, also, too, when I do these drafts, I like to mix them up and use different platforms. Like with this draft, I did Pro Football Focus, and so you mix them up because the drafts that their AIs are different, and they just do stuff differently. So, and with the other one I did with the trades, I used the NFL mock draft database. So I just like to mix it up. I mean, and I like doing these drafts because I like to study these players, and I feel like when I do the drafts, if you watch my mock draft, you may see a player on there that you might not know about, even though I do the little the player profiles and stuff. But you may see a player on there that you don't know about, and you can learn more about the player. And sometimes I see a player and I'll study him, and then I'll be doing my draft. Like, oh yeah, I just studied this player and everything. So I'll snatch him up in the draft. So but that's it. That's all. So I just wanted to hit y'all with these mock drafts, and so I'm going to be going to the combine. Excuse me, it's late. I'm going to be going to the draft, and I look forward to it. I'm going to do some videos from the draft, and who knows, maybe I'll see some of y'all there. Who knows? It'd be cool to kick it with some people, see some Bear fans and everything, and hopefully we'll get some future Hall of Famers out of this draft, and some future Super Bowl winners with the Chicago Bears, because we don't want them to go win Super Bowl with somebody else. We want to win them with the Bears. So that's about it. So like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. And taking time out to be with me, it really means the world to me. So again, tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, comment, subscribe. And on that note, I'm out.